Hello and welcome to Tarot Siddhi on VOICESNVIEWS.com. My name is Prasiddhi Mishra and I'm a tarot reader. In today's episode, we continue with our journey of the major arcana cards of tarot, and I start with card number 8, Strength card. Now this is a beautiful card for meditation because it brings a lot of strength to the person who's meditating on this card. This card particularly talks about not just physical strength but mental strength, emotional strength. Any kind of power that you might be lacking in your life can be regained when you see this card coming in the future prediction situation. Because this card talks about dealing with all the problems and challenges of your life with a lot of determination and resolve. And this card brings about that kind of energy when it's coming in your reading. Chances are that in the future there will be some difficulty, but you will deal with it very successfully. Although you will need a lot of strength to come up with something of your own. You will have to come up with the strength of your character, or maybe you will have to pray a little bit here and there. But you will have to gather all your strength and counter the forces of destiny or fate or whatever you might call it. As you can see in the card, this beautiful woman lovingly tames a lion, and lion is the wildest beast you can imagine, but she's taming him. She's holding his head and opening its jaw with nothing, no strength at all, because she looks like a very, very frail woman. How is she doing that? She's doing that by the sheer power of love. She's reaching out to the animal with the intensity of her character, and that's the kind of strength that is required to deal with the situation that will present itself to you in the future, or it might have come in your life already and you're already dealing with it. In which case, the tarot suggests that you can be very, very successful in this situation if you put all your strength into this. Now, strength in a human being's body also comes from the Sacral Chakra, or the Manipur Chakra as we call it. The color of this chakra is yellow, and I'm not surprised when I see a lot of yellow in this card. This card is card number 8, which is also the number of Saturn. Saturn as a planet brings a lot of trials and tribulations in our life, and these all come in our life to teach us lessons, make us stronger. So you can see a lot of connection with any kind of power and strength. This is a wonderful card for meditation. If you're feeling low, if you're feeling that you can't deal with whatever's happening in your life, and if you have a tarot deck on hand, then you can definitely meditate on this card 15 minutes every day. You can imagine this strength image going into your sacral chakra and send yourself a lot of yellow energy. You can also give yourself a lot of strength by wearing this kind of yellow color, bright yellow color. It's a color of intellectualism. It's also the color of Jupiter. But nevertheless, that might have a different quality altogether. But these imageries and this color will definitely help you to cope with any kind of lack in terms of energy department in your life. Now, moving forward to the imagery, there are a few things that are very, very important in this card. This image of inverted 8, which is a sign of eternity, and it's also a sign of divine strength. And that's the kind of strength that this woman is receiving. That's how she's taming this lion so beautifully. So you can see a connection of divine strength and divine help coming in our life, helping us to deal with any kind of problem, trials and tribulations in our life, any shortcoming in any situation. She's having this garland of flowers or a chain of flowers, and it's wrapped around the lion in most of the tarot decks. Here it's just hanging on to her body, and she's opening the jaws of the lion with a lot of love, lot of love energy in this card also. And if this card is talking about relationships, then definitely you're headed to a very, very strong bond with your loved one. Anyone in your family, could be a lover, it could be someone in your workspace, but whatever relationship you have with this person is a lot of, this is strength. The strength quotient of this relationship is very high, and it'll run the test of time. You will be able to generate a lot of goodwill out of this relationship because the level of strength of this relationship is very high. It's not something that someone will say something and it'll break up, or someone who will just feel too sensitive and not come across to you and not counter ideas and views that are coming to them. Whoever is involved in this relationship will take this relationship with a lot of strength, and the power of this relationship will transform your life maybe. So this is a very, very powerful card, no matter in which department it comes, whether finances or career or relationships. It's a very promising, positive card, and that's what we have to talk about in this card particularly. Now I'll move on to the second card of today's episode, which is card number 9, the Hermit. Now as you look at this card, only one word comes to my mind. This person is looking for something. He's searching for something. It's a search for illumination. It's a search for light, coming out of darkness, looking for light. And as far as the Hermit is concerned, most of the hermits would go in the Himalayas, in our country at least, and then they would look for God's light. They would meditate there for years and years and become the sages that they become later on. So here's this hermit. This man has taken all his strength. As you can see, the fool's journey is going. So from strength we go to hermit. So this man has carried all his strength and he's gone away in seclusion, and he's quietly looking for something. And the answers that this person is looking for are not run-of-the-mill answers or facile answers. He's looking for some deep questions and deep answers. These questions mean a lot to him because it could be life transforming. So when this card comes up in your reading, it definitely means that you are looking for, maybe looking, or you might be looking in the future for information that could be spiritual in nature, because that can transform your life. Your belief systems bring you a lot of strength and help you grow spiritually. You could also be looking for hidden information, stuff that you don't know, stuff that is undercover, and you need to unearth that information. And if this comes in some kind of a controversial situation in your life where you are getting into arguments with a lot of people and you don't know how to deal with these people who are in your life, then if this card comes, it means that probably there's a lot of information that's hidden from you. You don't know what they're thinking, you don't know what they're saying. A lot of information is away from you, so you might be looking for the secret to come out. So the Hermit is the energy that helps you to bring out that which is hidden, to bring out that which you don't know, something which is sacred. Also, it helps you in your spiritual journey, and a very, very deep-seated question that you might be having in your psyche, you have not found an answer to. Now is the time in your life that you can definitely seek an answer to this all-important question. Questions like, why am I on earth? What is the purpose of my life? Very, very deep questions which have a very, very important meaning and impact in your life. That's what Hermit talks about. And moving on, I would like to talk about the imagery of this card. One thing is very important, that Hermit looks a little sad. He's not very happy or smiling. This card often comes when someone's going through a low period in their life, when they don't know what their next step is going to be. Then obviously they are looking for answers. So when the Hermit comes, people generally go to an astrologer or a tarot reader to light up their life. That's what Jyotish means. It brings Jyoti, it brings light, to bring information. And that's exactly what the Hermit is doing. There's a lantern he's carrying, and there's a staff in his hand for support. There's nothing else in this card except the emotion of this man, which is a little sullen, a little somber, because he's serious about his search. So this is the kind of energy that is there. It's a very, very subtle energy, but very, very deep, and it's also very quiet. This card comes in a time and space in your life when you're looking for very, very important information to guide you for the next step of your life. So it's generally a beautiful card, yet with a little bit of sadness in it. But nevertheless, that's the journey of the Fool, and we'll continue with this journey in our next episode also. So all I can say to you is, keep these things in mind, keep your tarot cards handy, and you can also come up with your own meanings, because when you will see the Hermit and when you will touch the card, you'll feel the energy of the card. You will also feel a lot of things. It might relate to you on emotional basis or on spiritual basis, and these cards are speaking to us every time we pick them up, every time we shuffle. Without even knowing, the cards will come out, jump out of the deck, and will send you a message. And I hope that you keep looking for answers just like the Hermit. I'll see you in the next episode. Happy living.